Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you would have heard of the simple 5-letter word game played by millions each day, Wordle. If you're really into these games, then maybe you've also heard of Semantle, maybe you've heard of Nerdle, maybe you've heard of Worldle. But have you heard of this game? Or this game? Or this game, 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 this game? There's hundreds of these, and they don't get much love. Many of these games are just absolutely brilliant. I've beaten 150 of them myself. And I thought, what a shame that a lot of these never see the light of day. So I went to Reddit, and I went to Discord, and I said, hey, Wordle-like creators, do you want someone to play your game, give you a bit of feedback, tell you what they think, send it to me? And 5 creators did. So I'm here to share with you 5 Wordle-like games you've probably never heard of. Will they be good? Will they be rubbish? I will be learning the same way you'll be learning about them. I have not gone into them. This should be exciting. Like, subscribe, whatever. Let's get straight into them. Have you made a Wordle-like game you'd like to see reviewed, or do you have a favourite Wordle-like game that just doesn't get enough attention? Let me know in the comments below. Now this first one is a little bit cheating, because I have actually seen this game. It's the only one I have seen. It's called Polygonle by Blob. While I have played this, I have not played this on hard and expert mode, so we may regret picking this one up, because it's gonna be tricky. Now this one's a very, very subtle change on Wordle. It looks quite a bit like Wordle. We've got a lot more letters for this word. The words can be any number of letters. We have these strange looking shapes on top. What is that all about? Well. It's as simple as each shape is a different letter. So you see these 2 triangles here? They're the same letter. These 2 triangles? Same letter. These 2 triangles? Same letter. And that's all there is to it. So a nice, small variation on Wordle. Can we beat this? Now I did mention that we're playing on hard and expert mode. Hard mode is the same as what you see in Wordle, where any revealed hints must be used in subsequent guesses. Expert mode makes it one harder again, where you have to follow the rules about these shapes. So if I use O's for these purple triangles here, I cannot use another O in the word. It won't accept it. And if I put an O in this one, there has to be an O in this one, or it can't accept it. Can we even think of one word that fits this criteria? We've got 3 sets of repeat letters. What could it be? I'm gonna have a stare and see if I can figure this out. Well, that didn't take me long to think of something, which is maybe very, very good, or maybe very, very bad, but I've thought it annually. It fulfills these 2 being the same here, these A's being the same here, and these L's being the same here. If this was right, then I'm just going to explode in happiness. And if it's wrong, I'm probably going to sit here staring, trying to figure it out for a while. Let's see. I can't believe that. You're all going to watch this and think I cheated, but I've just absolutely fluked that. You're going to think I cheated. I almost feel like I should start again tomorrow, because people are going to look at this and they're going to go, Tom, you looked at that for 30 seconds and you got the word. We take those. I promise you. If you watch my live stream, that doesn't happen often. Very, very quick, very, very simple, very elegant. A nice little change on the original Wordle, which has captured the hearts of millions. I'm not sure I'd change anything about this one. I think its simple design, building on top of Wordle, really makes it good. I give it a 7.5 out of 10 for fun. On to number 2. Still can't believe I got that straight away. That's ridiculous. On to number 2. Yonerk on Reddit has shared this game called NumbWord. How do you play? Let's have a look. Try to guess a 5-letter word. Each guess will cost you some points based on how distant the letter is from the target. Ooh, we get points. We like seeing numbers go up. Press enter to submit your guesses. After each guess, the colour of the tile will change to reveal some clues. Examples: the letter P is in the word, but not necessarily in the right position. The letter A is not in the word. Alrighty. So we don't seem to have yellow and green here, where we can know if it's in the right spot or not. Quite sure I quite understand this yet, but let's put in some words and we'll figure it out as we go. Something equals 68. Oh, some numbers down here. Are these the points? I haven't quite figured out how this works, but let's put in a word. And we'll get started. Boast is what I want to do after that last game. Annual. We have -11. Still don't really know what's going on. I think I want to use the O and the S though. Let's try score. That's all new letters, besides the ones we've used. Does the -8 mean that our R and our C are a combined total of 8 letters away? Is that what I'm supposed to be garnering? So if we used a P instead of an R, then that's 2 letters away. Go 6 from C, D, H, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and use an I, then that would be our 8 letters, 8 points. Have I figured this out? No. We are 4 points away. I think maybe I'm a bit slow. So, I just need letters that add up to 68. That's all there is to it. Add them up to 68. We got OSE, we need 2 letters that add to 29. What 2 letters could we be that add to 29? D and Y work, but I don't think dozy is a word, and I can't think of anything else. G and G not right? Oh, H and U? House. Okay, we understand. Each guess will cost you some points based on how distant the letter sum is from the target. Press enter to submit your guess. It's not complicated, Tom. You just gotta read the instructions properly. We had to get 68 with our letters and add it up. My feedback for this one would be perhaps to have the numbers that the U player would get in the score and just show like what a game being played out is like, because I just wasn't quite sure what the numbers meant straight away. It's an interesting take, this one. I wish I could play another one of these now that I understand how it works. And I wonder how difficult it would be to come up with a first guess that matches the exact number, like 68 in this instance. And, you know, would it be fun to actually spend a lot of time trying to get to your 68 number, or would you quickly sort of give up and just sort of go, oh, I just need to get some letters on the board? It is interesting how, as you get more information with the numbers, they try to take something a little bit away by not giving you the greens and the yellows to balance it out a little bit. 100 points seems to be very, very generous. Another bit of feedback I'd have is try to design the scoring system so maybe it rewards people for playing well, or, you know, maybe you've only got a total of 15 points that you can play with. Because me as a player, you know, if I get 77 or 87 or 75, who cares? When you play Wordle, you just want to make sure you get that word in the 6. It is an interesting concept, and I think there's a few different ways you could go, a lot of different ways you could improve the game. A little bit of work required, but a lot of potential. I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10 for fun. Now this next one I'm going to need my headphones for. This one's called the Flickle. So how do we play? Watch the clip and guess the movie of the day, start typing to get suggestions, still not sure, unlock up to 5 more clips with skips and incorrect guesses, find the answer in as few tries as possible and share your score. So this one is a lot like Framed, where in that one you're actually only given a still, and if you get it wrong you give it another still and another still and another still. This one you're given clips, so there's a lot of information provided to you. Looking at this is very, very distinct. You can see you've got this, what looks to be a woman. She's got a minigun, I guess, and a leather jacket. It says Rocks, maybe? This is a bit of a problem. If you don't recognize what movie this is from this still, I don't know how much these clips are actually gonna help out. And I don't recognize this movie from the still. So let's play them. This is probably going to get me demonetized because, you know, YouTube algorithms picks up this stuff. Not like I'd get money anyway. Let's play it, see what happens.
Where are all the NPCs?
Where are all all the NPCs. And does it mean NPCs as in non-player characters? Because if so, then it may be video game related. I was gonna guess Ready Player One, because that's the first video game movie that comes to mind, and it's not on the list. Okay, feedback number 1. You want to fill this with thousands and tens of thousands of movies and anything that's come out. It does have a nice search here where you can put in words, so I'm going to guess Spy Kids 3D Game Over, because it has the word game in it, and I have no idea. Dang.
Mr. Buttons.
Come on, give me one stick. Come on, man. Mom, do not touch that sock. I swear to God if you touch...
Lots of cars. Alright. Looks like it might be a Marvel movie, superheroes or something. I was trying to look for like Fast and the Furious or The Need for Speed. They're not coming up. So I looked for the word car, Venom, Let There Be Carnage. I have no idea. No, of course not.
That security guard right there was a goddamn hero.
Don't know what this movie is. He was a goddamn hero. Okay, new strategy. It looks quite recent to me. Looks very up-to-date and modern. So I'm going to have a look through maybe movies made in 2020. Is there anything there? No idea. Totally under control. It isn't. This isn't under control at all. Multiplayer Lounge. We are video game related. But what's the movie?
Seriously, man. I'm just kidding.
I bet you're all looking at this going, Tom, how do you have no idea, mate? How can you not know? No. Okay, we found another movie with the word game.
Say hell yeah.
It sort of looks like Ryan Reynolds, doesn't it? Is there a movie called Upgrade that's about video games? Come on, say the movie name. Say the movie name. Say that they didn't say the movie name. Okay. Man kisses android. I'm gonna guess the movie Wiener because I have no idea, and I feel like a wiener for not being able to get this. Free Guy. So I was right. It was a modern movie. Just shows how out of touch I am with modern movies. Was Ryan Reynolds. Whoops. An interesting game, this one. Is it as clever as Framed, where you just get one still? What I do like about this more is it does get you acquainted with movies you might not have really known about very much, and you get more out of the videos than you would out of a still. My thanks to I'm Hungers for sharing this one. I think this one has a very good chance of becoming popular, especially for real heavy movie buffs. The problem with this, though, is you get so much information in a clip that I imagine 90% of the games either end with you getting it right on the first one or not in all 6 because you don't know the movie. And that's why Framed is a really good one, because there's only so much information you get into one frame. But still, it's fun. It's interesting. You find out about new movies, you get reminded of old ones you've seen before. I'm going to give that one a 7 out of 10 for fun, but probably a 9 out of 10 for fun for movie buffs. Now moving on to Wordle Peaks. This was suggested by Vegeta897 on Discord. Just a guess, you made that username over 10 years ago. What is it? How to play. Guess the word in 6 tries. After each guess, the tiles show whether your letters occur earlier or later in the alphabet compared to the correct letters. Earlier means closer to A, later means closer to Z. Interesting. Not too dissimilar to the NumbWord, which also had a key feature of using the order of letters in the alphabet, high and low, up and down, to help you get there. How's this one going to play out? Well, we know it's orange if it's too early, blue if it's too late. Let's have a go. Let's start with great, because I'm feeling great, even though I failed that last one. So we start with G, that's a pretty good start. We are earlier in the alphabet than R, later than E and A, earlier than T. So I just put that first word in without thinking. But I guess to play this optimally, you probably want to start off with words as close to the middle of the alphabet as possible, because having an A and knowing it's later than A tells me Oh, we're down to 25 letters. While earlier than R at least tells us, R's the 18th letter, tells us we're within 17 letters. Tiny bit better. You probably want to use a lot of M's, is what I'm trying to say. Letter 13. No fits the conditions pretty easily. Don't see any reason why not to go for it. Hey, lower than N, greater than O, lower than M, greater than E. Oh, this visual is quite cool, isn't it? Because it tells you sort of how, if I'm understanding this right, it sort of tells you how much movement you've got between each letter. I'm playing this hard mode style. I forgot to change it at the start of the game. Hard mode being, of course, if you're playing optimally, you'd want all your guesses to be a hard mode style guess anyway. Because unlike Wordle, you don't get information by putting more letters that might be in other spots. Hope that makes sense. Glues would work. In Wordle, they usually avoid plurals, but some of these games they don't. I'm just going to go for it. Still below L. It probably wasn't a great guess because we only moved a little bit from the T here and a little bit from the N here. We do have a lot of information about that third letter though. It's above U. We're starting to run out of letters. It's nice that if you put a letter in and it doesn't meet the clues, it highlights it a colour for you. You see that A there? Highlighted orange to tell you, Tom, not a good guess, man. Not a good guess. We're going to go with Gabriel. Is this right? Bong bong. It is. Cool. I quite like that one. It's quite interesting trying to figure out which way you're moving from each one of these letters and how they may interact with each other. In this attempt, the key thing that helped me solve the puzzle was knowing that we were a higher letter than U here. We were down to V, W, X, Y, and Z. Not too many words that we could have made. Thanks for making this game, Vegeta, and sending it in. That's quite interesting. I think you're onto something quite fun there. I give that one an 8 out of 10. Gabble gabble. Before we finish off, idbotlifemater, butchered that I'm sure, on Reddit shared with me this Wordle solver that they've made. If you're really stuck in the daily Wordle, maybe you could give this one a go. Let's have a look at how it works. This Wordle solver can help you regularly get 3 or 4 in your daily Wordles. This solver will provide a list of the best words and a list of the best options and a score telling you how useful they are. Oh wow. To use the solver, type in a word you put into Wordle, then click on the squares to toggle their colour until they match what you've got on Wordle. Maybe reword that. What you get in Wordle, what you have in Wordle. Then press enter to calculate the next best words. Important, this solver can take up to 2 minutes to compute the suggestion list. That is some heavy lifting. In that time, you may see a pop-up saying the page is unresponsive. Do not close the page. Click wait instead. Please enjoy the website and contact them on wordlesolver@outlook.com. Nice email address. I bet a lot of other Wordle solvers are jealous. Or raise an issue on the GitHub. Let's check it out. If we're gonna try this one out, we might as well just try to solve today's Wordle with it. Will it get in 3 or 4? I'd say probably yes. Apparently the best word to start off with is raise. Did not know that. The Wordle meta. Oh, raise. So I think I just type this in, press enter with them all being grey. Mulch is the next best word. It's not a bad one. So if I type in mulch, make those green, badly and bugle. Okay, 2 suggestions already. Whenever I go into these menus and then I click back, I lose all my information. So, put a cookie in there. Let me remember my information. And unfortunately, after doing that a couple of times, it broke. Oh, now it's back. Okay, it's back now. Great. One more suggestion for this is let me have a little checkbox. So I went into all the menus and I couldn't find it, but let me have a checkbox for hard mode style words. Now we know badly can't be the word because we got a U and an L there. So the best hard mode style word here is bully. But I can imagine there might be times where it's not even going to give you a hard mode suggestion. So just a little checkbox, and let me say hard mode only words. I'm going to put bully in here. I'm guessing the way this is calculated is it's literally just going through the 13,000, is it, Wordle words, and rating it on how likely these letters that you're using are going to give you more information towards the solve. Using different letters that you haven't used yet, and essentially we haven't used L yet because it's green, so we could have another L. That's probably why these ones scoring a little bit higher. We are going to put it in bull. And there you go. 4 greens. It doesn't look like it's actually designed to try and let you have a crack at getting the lowest score. There's still quite a number of words. It could be like dully, where something is dull, or gully, a ravine, or fully, fully sick, like you're fully trying to get the word. Or even tully, which apparently means a person who delivers a speech or oration. Not sure if that's in the Wordle list or not. I'm going to do what this says and put in adage. Oh, we're hard mode on. Okay, it still lets us turn off hard mode halfway in. And it's given us the G there. Alright, well, I think we know what the word is. It's actually taken us 5, but we got there. See, I'd be interested to know 2 things about this, because I'm sure this is not the only Wordle solver anyone's made. Yeah, there looks to be a few different Wordle solvers. Who knows how sophisticated these are, or these aren't. I'd be interested to know if there's ever been a word that the Wordle solver would have failed on. We got 5 there, and 5's, not a great score for Wordle. That's an interesting tool. I'm not going to give it a score. Add a hard mode only box, and I reckon you'll have a lot of people using this. Thank you for sharing idbot life meta. We are on to our final game, number 5, Squaredle. This one's even got a tutorial. Wow. I feel well looked after already. Today, this is the word list. It shows what words you've found and which words are still missing. Look, it's animated tutorial. 4 letters, 2 words left. 8 letters, 1 word left. Oh, it's like Boggle. Has anyone played Boggle? Still got the old Boggle at my parents' house where you shake it up and you're able to sort of join them all up. So we can find. If it's going to get that complicated, we're going to be in a bit of trouble. These aren't my forte. How will we do? 15 words to find. Wow. Well, I've got drizzle for shizzle. I was just clicking this button. It's share to get a hint for the bonus word of the day. That is a little bit cheeky, isn't it? Asking people to share it, to give them a hint. Pizza, get started on that. Bit of fizz. Look at these 4 Z's in the middle. Gotta know your Raz. Raz is a card game, actually. I used to play a lot of poker, and it's sort of the opposite of most poker games where you're actually trying to get the lowest hand. You want to get the worst cards possible. Very interesting. Bonus words make the base game easier by excluding obscure or questionable words. Find them won't progress your score. Come on. Don't know about that. If I've found a word that is a bit tricky that you might not know, I reckon that deserves some points, maybe. I reckon that deserves some points. We got blizzard. That's a good word. That's nice that you can rotate. It often helps in these sorts of games to use that feature to help just see the letters a little bit different. I like that it's telling me when it resets in my own time. Very nice. Well designed. Can I get lizard out of these letters? Oh, yes, I can. Lizard. If I can press the right letters instead of just sticking my tongue out like a fool. Start counts unlocked. Squares now count how many words start with them. Check the bottom left number. Oh, wow, okay, so that's kind of nice. These sorts of games, once you get a handful of words, it starts to get really, really hard to find the last word. So it's nice that once you get, let's say, a third of the way, which we have here, it helps us out by telling us, what we might want to look at. R has 2 that it starts with. We can do rile. Oh, and it gets rid of letters that you don't need to use anymore. I like it. Buzz. Buzz. We are buzzing along here. I'm gonna rotate. Let's see if that helps us think a little bit better. I haven't trouble finding these last, well, most of the words. Fable. Okay, so I didn't see that before we rotated. We've unlocked word count, so now we also get to see how many of the remaining words they're using. I don't really know how that works with these Zs. Like when we did pizza, we could have gone that way, or we could have gone that way, or we could have gone that way, but I guess it just chooses one as optimal. Wow, 4 of the words still have E in it. This E is so isolated with only near Z and L. Bizarre. Like a shock. No, we need 2 A's for bizarre. 2 A's next to each other. It's not put the E next to the R or the G, so we can't do different tenses, like a relational tense of a word where we end it with ER, like great and then greater. And we can't do ED, like the past tense of a word, like fade and faded. Well, chances of getting up to the blue star fading fast. You might say they're fizzling out. Yes. Razzle. We razzle and dazzle our way to the end. Oh, we got enough to enable hints to finish off. Well, I'm going to struggle to get the last 4 words, I think, so we can show alphabetically. There's a 4-letter word before buzz. It either starts with an A or a B. We know we've got 2 words starting with A, one that starts with B, and one that starts with P. So our P is the 7-letter word. The B's and the A's are 7, 5, and 4. And then we can also show the first letters of the missing words to help us out a little bit more. I'm confused. Able. How did we miss Able? We were willing and we were unable to find it. A buzz. A buzz, a buzz, a buzz. So these hints are quite useful. Get you thinking about the words a little bit differently. B-U... We have to have a Z for the 7-letter word. Oh, buzzard. Wow, that's tricky. And now we just got the pizza letters again. Pizzazz. It's pizzazz. We gotta go something like that. That's actually a really funny one to finish off with because another form of this word is PZAZZ. And it's just about the most useless word you could guess in Wordle because it's got 3 Z's in it, but it's great for those anti-Wordle games. That was very fun. Today's difficulty 2 out of 5. I still struggled. Happy to get there. This has got so much love. All the features, all the leaderboards, the way it sort of helps you out as you go along, you know, right when you feel like, oh, I'm really struggling to find more words, it sort of starts to hold your hand and help you out a little bit. That's really great. I really enjoyed this. A nice take on mixing Boggle and Wordle and bringing it into one. I'm going to give Squaredle an 8.5 out of 10. I imagine there's probably a lot of people that would enjoy playing this every day. Getting the mind work. Very, very clever. Very, very well made. Thank you for sharing that. Squaredle, the Discord user's name is Squaredle. I don't know if they go by anything else, but very, very cool. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your favourite Wordle likes in the comments below. If you're a creator, I'd love to play your game. It'll get on the list. I'd love to do another video if I can find another 5 games that creators want me to play. There'll be more top 10, top 5 lists of the most chill, fun games coming soon. Join me for a live stream. Like, subscribe, notifications on. See you next time. Bye for now.